Okay, so let's start today class. In the previous class, we just driving the Fourier transform from the Fourier series. Okay, so just try to complete that derivation. Okay, so driving the Fourier transform from the Fourier series, we already discussed in the previous class. Okay, so up to this point, that means xt equal to summation of k equal to minus infinity to infinity integration of minus t by 2 to t by 2 del f x t e to the power minus j 2 pi del f t dt into e to the power j k 2 pi del f t t. So if the time period tends to infinity, then del f tends to equal to df and k del f equal to f. And this summation becomes integration. Okay. So now we can write for xt equal to integration of minus infinity to infinity xt equal to integration of equal to integration from minus infinity to infinity minus infinity to infinity integration from minus infinity to infinity in here minus infinity to infinity xt e to the power j 2 pi ft dt xt e to the power minus j 2 pi ft dt into e to the power j 2 pi ft to the power j 2 pi ft. Okay. So 2 phi f equal to omega. So just put here omega equal to, 2 pi f equal to omega in this equation. Then we can just write for xt equal to integration from minus infinity to infinity. This part if you taken as the frequency domain x omega. So maybe right here xt equal to minus infinity to infinity integration of minus infinity to infinity x omega e to the power j omega t omega. X omega e to the power j omega t d omega to the power. So just simplify this equation. So j omega t d omega d omega. Okay. This xt equal to integration from minus infinity to infinity x omega e to the power j omega t d omega. This is known as the inverse Fourier transform equation. Okay. Known as inverse Fourier transform. Fourier transform of where x omega equal to integration from minus infinity to infinity, where x omega equal to x omega equal to integration from minus infinity to infinity xt e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. X omega equal to minus infinity to integration of minus infinity to infinity equal to minus infinity to infinity xt e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. So just minus infinity to infinity xt e to the power minus j omega t to the power minus j omega t dt. Since we can write 2 pi ft equal to omega. Okay. So into d omega dt. So this is known as the Fourier transform of any signal xt. Can we find out from this formula? That means minus infinity, that is represented in frequency domains x omega equal to minus infinity to infinity xt d e to the power minus j omega t dt. If any function given in time domain, then we can represent in Fourier transform frequency domain from this formula. Okay, so this is known as the Fourier transform. Fourier transform. So these two formulae very important. If any signal given in your frequency domain, then you may be converted into time domain from this formula. That means if you want to convert frequency domain in time domain, then xt equal to minus infinity to infinity x omega e to the power j omega t d omega. Okay. If you given function in time domain and find out in Fourier transform, then you will represent in frequency domain. That means in Fourier transform x omega equal to minus infinity to infinity xt e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. So these two formula always keep in your mind whenever you are going to solve either inverse Fourier transform or Fourier transform problem. Okay. So you are able to frequently use these two formula. Any signal can be find out xt in time domain in frequency domain of Fourier transform. Now, if you want to find Fourier transform of cosine signal, okay. So if you want to find out the Fourier transform of cosine function, so just find out the Fourier transform of the function ft equal to cos omega t or xt equal to, so just find the Fourier transform of cosine function. Okay. And the Fourier transform of cosine function. Cosine function. Okay. So if you see in this figure, suppose that this cosine function of half wave we consider here, that means from changes it from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. So if time period is your half time period, that means t by 2 to t by 2 equal to how much? Pi. Okay. So t by 2 equal to pi. Then how much? T equal to 2 pi. For this half wave, your time period is how much? Pi. Okay. If you take the complete cycle of this cosine wave, that means the time period is your 2 pi. Is it not? So if t by 2 equal to consider here pi, that means t by 2 equal to phi. So t equal to 2 pi. Right here. Is not. T equal to 2 pi. Is not. So t equal to 2 pi. Suppose that if you want to write here omega equal to 2 pi f, want to omega equal to 2 pi f, omega equal to 2 pi f. So f equal to 1 by t. So time period equal to 2 pi. So just put here t equal to 2 pi. So you may be able to write here, that means omega equal to two pi into 1 by t, that means 1 by 2 pi, 1 by 2 pi. Okay. That means equal to 1, is it not? So just if you put this omega equal to 1, standard form of xt equal to a cos omega t. Okay. Suppose that the function of cosine wave is represented in time domain xt equal to a cos omega t. So a is your constant term, a xt equal to a cos omega t cos omega t. So omega equal to 1, that means maybe right here a cos omega cos t, cos t. So the Fourier transform of this time domain xt equal to a cos t can be represented by x omega. That means from this formula, we already discussed here, x omega equal to minus infinity to infinity xt to the power minus j omega t dt. So just put here. So Fourier transform of xt, that means representation of Fourier transform of xt equal to x omega, represented by x omega. Okay, so just write here xt Fourier transform of xt is represented by x omega. So just equal to how much? That means minus infinity to infinity xt to the power minus j omega t dt. Is not. So minus infinity to infinity xt to the power minus j omega t dt. So just put here the value of xt and integrate this one. So xt into e to the power j omega t power minus j omega t dt. dt. Okay, so just put here the limit from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 and put the value of x t equal to a cos t and just integrate. Okay, so x omega equal to, written as here, integration of minus pi by 2 to 2 pi by 2 x t equal to a cos t. So minus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 put here minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, is not? So just x t equal to a cos omega t. So just put here a cos, sorry, a cos t into e to the power j omega t dt to the power minus j omega t dt dt. Okay, so this constant term a can be taken outside of the integration, you know. So can be represented as a integration of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 how we can represent the cos theta in terms of exponential function, as you know that. So cos theta can be represented in exponential function e to the power minus j theta plus e to the power j theta divided by 2. Okay, so in place of theta you have t. So we can write here, that means e to the power minus jt plus e to the power jt divided by 2 can be written in this formula, cos t in terms of exponential function. So e to the power minus jt plus e to the power jt divided by 2. Okay. So e to the power jt divided by 2. And the remaining part is same as e to the power minus j omega t dt. So now you are able to integrate this one, e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay. Minus j omega t dt. Okay. So just simplify this equation and integrate from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. So x omega can be written as equal to constant term is taken outside of this one. So these two you also may be taken outside of this integration, okay, limit. So just put here, sorry, a by 2 integration of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So a by 2 integration from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So just put here the value of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So, to pi by 2. Now, if you multiply this e to the power minus jt into e to the power minus j omega t, so how we can write this one? That means e to the power, just simplify this equation. No? E to the power minus j, t, take common. So take the e to the power minus j into 1 plus omega into t. So 1 plus omega into t. Similarly, what will be happen for second term? Omega t okay. So second term can be written as e to the power j 1 minus omega into t, e to the power one plus omega into t, 1 plus t into dt. Now you can integrate this equation and put the lower limit and upper limit and just simplify. Okay. So just right here x omega equal to okay. So just integrate this value and put the lower limit and upper limit. So how we can integrate the e to the power theta? What is the integration of e to the power theta? So if you integrate this first term, that means e to the power minus j into 1 plus omega into t can be written in the form of e to the power minus j 1 plus omega t divided by minus j into 1 plus omega. Okay, so just integrate these two first and term here, and put the lower limit and upper limit. So just a by 2 e to the power minus j 1 plus omega t divided by minus j into 1 plus omega. You know? So e to the power minus j 1 plus omega into t minus j 1 plus omega into t divided by 1 plus omega into minus j. You know? So into t divided by minus j into 1 plus omega. So minus j into 1 plus omega. Similarly, for the second term, then write here e to the power j into 1 plus omega divided by 1 plus omega into j. So minus e to the power j into 1 plus omega divided by j into 1 plus omega. One plus omega into t divided by j into 1 plus omega. Second term is here. Now you just put the lower limit and upper limit and simplify the equation. Just 1 minus omega lower limit is your minus pi by 2 and upper limit is your pi by 2. Just put here minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Have you remember how we can put the lower limit and upper limit to the integration? Upper limit minus lower limit. Okay. So if you put upper limit pi by 2 in this first term, then it will become c to the power minus j into 1 plus omega into pi by 2 divided by minus j into 1 plus omega minus of lower limit. That means minus pi by 2. That means minus plus. So e to the power j 1 plus omega into pi by 2. So just put here x omega equal to a by 2 into so just you can write here e to the power minus j omega into, let's put the limit here, minus j omega into 1 plus omega 1 plus omega into pi by 2 pi by 2 divided by minus 1 plus omega minus 1 plus j omega minus e to the power minus j into 1 plus omega pi by 2 divided by one plus omega into pi by 2 divided by minus j into 1 plus omega. Okay. Pi by 2 divided by minus j into 1 plus omega minus j into 1 plus omega omega. Okay. Similarly, this is your for second term e to the power j 1 plus omega into pi by 2 minus e to the power j into 1 plus 1 minus omega into pi by 2 power j into 1 minus omega into pi by 2. Just you can simplify this equation and you again put in terms of sine terms. That means e to the power minus j theta plus e to the power j theta. Okay, that is equal to sine theta. So again you maybe put in that form of sinusoidal form. So this one becomes the Fourier transform of the cosine function. Okay, so you may practice some problem based on the Fourier transform. So will we remember these two formula, that means inverse Fourier transform and Fourier transform formula, and based on this formula you can solve some problem and practice. Okay, so just we stop here, and in the next class we will continue another problem based on the Fourier transform. Okay, so practice some problem on the